thank you, Phoebe. That's quite helpful, actually.
Did you not think to turn the light on?
I didn't. I'm in a cupboard, welcome. It's been about a week, well, it's 1 week exactly since April vlogs ended. Now we're all in the cupboard.
It's where we keep our plates at the moment.
Yeah, well, actually, you can take those out.
I actually need one right now.
You're going to need one for your sandwich, aren't you? So it's Sunday, the 7th of May, and I am going to be sorting out this cupboard properly today. So we've had a wall built here. I'm in front of the new wall. Actually, I'm behind the new wall because the finished side of it is on the other side. This is the unfinished side, which we asked to be left unfinished because it gives us all of these lovely nooks and crannies to keep things like spray starch and lacquer spray and other such things. But everything needs a really good hoover, a rub down. We've got some holes to fill in the wall. I'm not really going to decorate it. It's a cupboard. No one's ever going to see it, but I do want to just make it feel clean and dust free. So I'm going to empty it out. I'm going to pull up the old carpet that's been here since we moved in and probably before the people before us. And I'm probably going to get another old remnant of carpet or something to put on the bottom. Don't shut me in. It's going to get dark. So the light and the sound is now going to change because Phoebe hilariously has just shut me in the cold. She's let me out now. So I'm going to get on with that and film a bit of that and maybe do a little vlog of the day or maybe of the week. I'm not sure where this is going. There's going to be painting this week as well. We're going to be painting the kitchen, which currently looks like this. With stuff everywhere from the cupboard and the bare plastered walls and so on. Scraping off flaking paint so that I can just put a layer of paint over it and not have to do it again, but I'm not sure if it's worth the effort. I'm really not sure it's worth it. It's turning into a bigger job than I intended. Also, I need to clean up this window that's got plaster smears on it, and I suddenly realised that that's a terrible view, isn't it? So I might try and get some of the sort of self-adhesive window cover just to so the light can still go through to the cupboard but it hides the mess. I am covered in a very thin film of white dust. It was chalk paint, either the stuff on top or the stuff underneath, which made it very dusty but very easy to sand. So I'm feeling a lot better now. I didn't have to take as much off as I thought and the edges have sanded really nicely. So now Dan is going to, well, I'm going to hoover all of this and then Dan is going to fill things like this and that. And then tomorrow, tomorrow I am going to paint in there. It's not going to be the best painting job I've ever done. I'm literally just going to slap paint on the walls to, you know, cover bits up and seal them a bit. And then I'll be able to put the cupboard back together. So whatever we eat for dinner tonight is going to have to be eaten in the living room on our laps because I'm not putting everything back in the cupboard. I need to empty it out again tomorrow. But hopefully by the end of tomorrow, I'll have a finished cupboard. I get a lot of questions about this. State of my hair. Well, I had my fringe trimmed the other day, but it's gone really poofy, so that's really weird. I apologise for my very strange looking hair. Obviously I know I don't need to apologise. I'm apologising to myself for not straightening it in the proper way. I'm going for straight hair today. I spent a lot of time embracing my natural waves in the last month, but I just couldn't be bothered with it today, so I just straightened it, because sometimes, silly as that sounds, it's easier. So I get a lot of questions whenever I do this. I am just preparing a couple of eggs. I've scrambled them lightly and I'm going to feed them to our back garden chickens. And whenever I do that, I get a question about it, so I thought I'd just explain that eggs, you can cook it, as long as it's their own eggs, your flock's own eggs, you can cook them and give them to your chickens, and it's really good for them in the same way that eggs are really good for humans. They're full of protein, they help with their egg production and everything. We don't have a rooster, so the eggs that they lay is just part of their natural cycle of being a chicken, and they don't ever get fertilised. So it's not like eating baby chicks or anything like that, because these eggs are never going to become chicks. So that's not the case. They are our pet chickens. They live like princesses in the back garden. Laying eggs is something that is a lovely thing to have, but not necessary for ours. It really is a lovely byproduct of having chickens as pets. However, you know, they could all three of them be out there and be total freeloaders and never lay an egg, and they'd still be our beloved pets. Yeah, so that's why we feed them scrambled eggs. It keeps them happy, healthy. They love it as well. So we're going to go and give them a little bit of scrambly eggs, and we're going to check on the pond as well, because at the end of April vlogs, there was a massive frog in our brand new little nature pond, and I didn't even spot it when I was filming, nor when I was editing, but so many of you commented that I went back to watch it, and sure enough, and I took a picture and I posted it on the community tab on this channel. Sure enough, there was a little frog, and he has been there, he or she has been there ever since. I think it's moved in, so we have an official frog in our pond, and I could not be happier. There's also tons of little things, tiny little things swimming about in there. I don't know what they are, so I'm going to show you the pond and see if I can show you any of those little swimming things and see if our froggy friend is there. But first we're going to deliver the eggs to the chickens. Hello chickens. Are you excited? Are you excited? She's run off with a bit over there. Pigs has run off with a bit over there. Ah, they're going for the crumbs. Happy chickers. Got lots of self-seeded Spanish bluebells here. Right, let's have a look at the pond. Are you in there, little froggy? Normally I can see him just poking his head out here. Don't want to disturb him if he's there. He's normally just here. You there? No, he's not there at the moment. Let's pick out some of these leaves. My little water pond lily is doing really well. It's putting out a few leaves that it didn't have before. Just pick out some of the leaves that aren't supposed to be there. Very brave putting my hand in a pond. Oh, spiders. Right, so if you have a look, I don't know if I'm going to be able to film it, but you might be able to see, so lovely and clear, that there is all manner of little things swimming about in there. I can't actually see the screen. God, it's absolutely teeming with stuff. Wish I knew what they were. Right, I've washed my hands of pond, and I'm going to have a cup of tea and a little sit down for half an hour, because all of my batteries have run out on my iPad, my earpods and my phone. And I need to cook bolognese for later for our dinner, and I would like to watch something or listen to an audiobook whilst I'm doing that. So if I sit down now and have a bit of a cup of tea and a break, then I can look forward to a bit of cooking and listening or watching.
Love your food. All ears
We are in the car and Phoebe is here. Good morning, Phoebe. Looking lovely. It's about 11 o'clock and we are heading to the seaside town of Whitstable, which is on the North Kent coast and one of our very favourite places to visit. But it's going to be a bit of a flying visit because we've got a very specific errand to run, and that is we are buying a wetsuit. So I found my perfect wetsuit at a shop in Whitstable a few months ago, and Lilia has tried it on and it fits her brilliantly too. So we're going to go and get her the exact same one, and Phoebe is here because she's going to try one on, and hopefully then we'll all be wetsuited up. So for the next bank holiday at the end of May, we can have a few trips out on the paddle boards. At last we're all suited and booted by the end of today, hopefully.
Quite literally and figuratively.
So here's Phoebe being a ninja.
Feeling herself in her wetsuit.
This is this season's wetsuit style as modelled by Phoebe.
Wait, I'm gonna do it.
And schmize.
What? Am I in?
Out to Whitstable Harbour, we'll go and have a little wander.
Just checking, you said that I could finish these?
Yeah, they're yummy, aren't they? Hello and welcome back to my cupboard. I'm trying to remember what I filmed today. I think I filmed a little bit of our trip to Whitstable to get... Yes, I did, because I remember filming Phoebe catwalking up and down in the shop to get the wetsuits for the girls. So we've done that, which is brilliant. We got one for Lilia and we managed... These are my painting jeans. They're just like really old cut off jeans. Yeah, so we got one for Lilia and Phoebe was able to try some on and get some advice in the shop. So we are all kitted up now, which is brilliant. Just need to get the girls flotation vests, which we'll order from Amazon probably tonight. Got a few other bits to do, and I've just put a second coat of paint on the flaky walls and that seems to have secured it. It's kind of nice to have it all sort of lumpy and bumpy but painted. I don't know if you, yeah, you can see, I don't know, it's quite nice. It feels like a cave. And I've just started putting some of the shelves up, and then I decided last minute to oil them. I'll just show you the difference that makes. So they're just pine shelves, and I just put a light layer of Danish oil on, but it just makes such a difference. This is an unfinished bit, just unfinished, and then it just really brings out the grain in the shelves, because we do see them when we open up the cupboard. Next we're going to go to Carpet Right to try and get some remnants, or tappy carpets, or a local carpet place, try and get some remnants to carpet the floor. If we can't, we're going to just get really cheap and cheerful carpet tiles from B&M. And yeah, so at some point tomorrow this will be completely finished and I can start to put things back in the cupboard. And then once I've worked out where everything's going to go and moved all the shelves about and got them where I want them, Dan will screw them all into place so that they can't budge. So it's already better layout shelf-wise than we had, but I've got a bit of faffing to do. But generally, I am feeling so overwhelmed right now. I had a long to-do list of things I had to get out of the way really today before the week starts, which was potting out some seeds, which I've done. I've got some more to pot out, but I've done quite a big bit of it, and sorting out the cupboard, which, you know, is almost done, but I've still got to put it all back together. And this is my kitchen. I mean, what? It's just so stressful. I'm not someone who deals very well with mess. So yeah, lots of things going on, and I've still got to go and do my thumbnail for my video that's supposed to be up in the next half hour on Little Drops of Wonderful, and I've got a ton of paperwork still to do. And on Friday night on my way home from work, my car broke down. I was doing afternoon tea for Saturday because my mum came over and we were watching the coronation on the telly, and we thought we spent all day in our pyjamas. It was just a really relaxed Saturday really, but I thought, oh, I'll do a bit of a lunch for us seeing as we're all here. So I stopped to get cream to go with scones for an afternoon tea. So I left my office, drove 5 minutes up the road, stopped at Sainsbury's, got the cream, got back in the car, wouldn't do anything. The engine wouldn't even turn over, so I had to wait about 2.5 hours for the RAC, and my starter motor is completely kaput. Yeah, so at some point, first thing tomorrow, I'm going to have to call the garage and get my car to the garage, and in order to get my car to the garage, Dan's going to have to bump start me in the road, which means he has to run up the road pushing me till I reach about 5 miles an hour, and then hopefully if I do all the right things like the RAC man told me, it will start and I can drive myself to the garage. Dan and I are having something we haven't had in ages, and that is a what?
A drink.
A drink. No, mushroom risotto. But we didn't have any white wine, so I just had to throw in some Pisanti instead, but hopefully that will do the same thing. It smells amazing. I love mushrooms. Good morning. It is Tuesday, the Tuesday after a bank holiday weekend. Phoebe's back at school and Lilia's still asleep because she's got an inset day from college today. So she had 2 friends over for a sleepover last night, which was a very sedate affair because they're 17. So they were just watching a film on the laptop and chatting and didn't require anything from us. So they're all still asleep. It's about 10:30 in the morning. I have been I've dropped my car off at the garage. I don't know when they're going to be able to work on it because they're quite busy this week, but they're hoping to have a look at it on Wednesday. And if it is what we think it is, which is a starter motor, it's fairly simple, if not quite expensive, fix. So I'll be sharing Dan's car for the time being. And I've been full on audiobook on and sorting out our cupboard of doom, which is no longer so much a cupboard of doom because it's looking rather organised now, and I will show you the progress on that before the end of the vlog. Anyway, I'm going to drink my tea and then we're off to try and get some carpet for the cupboard renovation.
The sun is shining through every window pane. It's bathing you in light, so why should I complain? If there should ever be a storm or a pouring rain, we'll look out through the window pane where the sun will shine again. Time is moving still, and you are here with me. A house up on the hill, and a little apple tree. The sun is shining through.
Just before I put some boxes in the back here, I just wanted to show you my valiant efforts in carpeting. I think this is very good. This is just an offcut here. Look at that. Got it on all the corners, around the funny little edges. Brilliant stuff, this carpet tile stuff. I'm aware it's a bit nuts to try and make a really good job of cutting in carpet when I'm about to just put a load of boxes and we'll never really look at it. But it's satisfying. It's a good feeling. And by the way, as well, the reason why we have to put stuff stored at the back of this cupboard is because we don't have a garage. We've got a shed where things like the lawnmower and stuff live, but we don't have anywhere else really to store things like the swimming pool that we get out once a year, or we've got a wrastlet set which we use, but you know, not every month. So that's the kind of thing that gets stored towards the back. Cool bags that come out, you know, high days and holidays, that kind of thing. My yarn dyeing pots for when I dabble in a bit of yarn dyeing, and just things like that that you don't access all the time, but you do need to have access to at some point, you know, in your life. It's a bit dark. The kitchen cupboard is also where I keep most of my shop stock as well. So this is my trolley with all my packaging up things and like quite a few of my badges. My shop's closed at the moment because of the mess that we're in. I haven't got any space to parcel up orders. So perfect little spot for it here. Okay, here we go. So I've got all these cubby holes here, which are all going to have uses, and we're going to put a couple of hooks up so we can hang the ironing board up rather than it taking up floor space. And the Hoover also lives just at the front here, but it's about to be used, so it's out in the living room. That's my trolley for all of my shop stock, and I've pretty much organised all the shelves as I want them, and there's a lot less stuff in here now as well, which is brilliant. So I've got my things like my food processor, and this is the toast sandwich and waffle maker that the kids use a lot. So this shelf is actually, I put this in extra, and it's just the perfect height just for those bits. The plates for it, some cookie cutters, little things like that. Bowl. Everyone's got that bowl, haven't they? Gets used for soaking things that need soaking, given to children who are feeling like they might be sick, that kind of thing. And then I've got my slow cooker up there. Few other bits of Tupperware. This is all of our sort of paperwork stuff, which used to be up here, but I could never reach it properly. So now it's here and I can reach it. I don't know why I didn't do that ages ago. A box with things like extension leads and bulbs. So if a bulb goes in the house, this is where you come. Lilia's got a box of painting stuff here, and then we've got a brown. This used to be the biscuit tin when I was growing up, but now it keeps all things like the string. You know, those little useful bits that you need. That's a box of craft stuff. It's the only box of craft stuff we now really have, but it's stuff that we may well use in the future. Swimming pool, as I showed you earlier. That's my yarn dyeing stuff. And then we've got things like candles for birthday cakes. Got some Fimo there, hard drives and computery stuff here. And some really old sort of family heirloom sherry and port glasses back there. And then it's just kitchen stuff, really. Sort of this is all kitchen stuff that gets used day to day. And there we are. One organised cupboard of not so much doom anymore. It is Thursday the 16th, 17th, 18th of May. It's all blending into one date. And this is our kitchen. Well, what was our kitchen? There's nothing here. Not even a floor. Oh my goodness. So we've got the fridge is in the dining room. We've still got this bit of the sink working, but I don't think that's going to be for much longer. So we'll be washing up in the bathroom soon. I've taken out all the tiles, so he's going to sort out the floor a bit. And I need to choose a floor. A replacement floor, which I haven't done yet. All the cupboards have come out and they're arriving today, and I have no idea where we're going to put them. And then this is what the dining room looks like. There's Dan. Everything is here, and it's going to be worse today because we need to put the kitchen somewhere as well.
Yeah, and it's coming, the units are coming ready built.
So we've got everything everywhere.
All at once. Couldn't even film that.
I'm going to have this cup of tea, and I'm going to attempt to find some breakfast. and then I'm going to go and hide. Mind you, there's nowhere to hide because the living room looks like this. I've got all the mugs, plates, which are normally obviously in their proper places, wine rack, not much wine in the wine rack, and our little charging station. So everything basically that was in the kitchen is now on the living room floor, the bedroom floor, and I need tea. The kitchen has arrived.
Yeah, keep coming, there's more. Because there's stuff under the table, behind the table.
Hey, well, I forgot to tell you I'm going on holiday. So,
Got the next 2 weeks
I'll
up.
see you
Bye.
for 3
We've got that stuff out there. We've got 2 things kind of in
Oh
where they're
my
going to
god.
be. I say we, I did what Mum told me to.
Just preparing our evening meal in our kitchen. So it is now Friday the 19th of May, and here we are. So this is us for the weekend because the builder's not back till Monday. Why has he left that random bit of stuff there?
I don't know, didn't ask him. He'll sort it out, don't he?
So he started to fit the unit. So one of these units is now going to be the bin. I don't know what the other unit is, or are they both bins?
I think they can be both bins. They're both exactly the same size.
I can't remember.
They're either both bins or one's drawers and one's bins.
I can't remember. Obviously the under sink cupboard is here. This is the old sink. We've got a new sink coming, and this, what do you call this? What is that called? The windowsill is going to come out and is going to be replaced with tile. And he started to fit units here, and I wanted to show you because it was quite exciting to see how big this unit was here, but he's put a box in there. This is the casing for the oven. So the oven's going to be here, but then we've got all this space up here and all this space down here as well. This is the cupboard for the fridge. And then we'll have extra storage up on the top of the fridge as well. So that's very exciting. And then this is going to be a sort of work surface in this corner here. And we're also having kitchen cupboards there. And then the hob is here with drawers underneath. And another corner cupboard here. And then our shelves will be going back up. Oh, and more cupboards up here as well.
And the extract fan.
We still got to choose the floor.
Of which I have a sample of the type of material
And
that our builder has in his own kitchen.
a fridge freezer and a new tap and handles and paint colours
Light fitting.
and light fitting. What's wrong with that? Don't we just want a bare bulb hanging out on some loose wires?
Sure.
I'm quite liking this colour here. This one is definitely too near to the original one, but this colour in the middle I'm quite warming to. It's Friday night and neither of our girls are here, so which is handy because that means we don't have to cook for everybody. So Phoebe's at a sleepover at a friend's house and Lilia's off with her boyfriend to a party. So we're going to make pizza, put our feet up and watch something, whatever we want on the telly, and I'll give you an update again soon. And there'll be another vlog coming along a lot quicker than this one came along after April vlogs. Thank you for being patient with me. Bye.
Bye.